Welcome back to True Life Lessons, where we uncover the hidden wisdom that transforms ordinary lives into stories of extraordinary success. We often believe that success requires a massive leap of faith, but history shows us that greatness is built very slowly. Let us introduce you to Alex, a young man of 18 who felt the heavy weight of the world on his shoulders. Every time he scrolled through social media, he saw his friends living perfect lives, achieving goals that seemed impossible for him. He felt completely average, constantly falling behind in a race that he felt he had already lost before he even started. The world around him was moving at a breakneck speed, and Alex felt paralyzed by the fear that he was not enough. The pressure of comparison was eating him alive, and he was ready to accept that a mediocre life was his destiny. He told himself that talent was something you were born with, and sadly, he believed he had been born with none. Days turned into weeks, and his motivation hit rock bottom, leaving him drifting through life without any clear direction or purpose. He tried to set big goals before, but always failed, reinforcing the painful belief that he was simply not built for success. But one quiet evening, the trajectory of his life changed forever when he observed his father working in the corner. His father was not doing anything extraordinary. He was simply using a piece of sandpaper to smooth down an old chair. Alex watched with curiosity, wondering why his father would spend hours on such a tedious and repetitive task without complaining. He finally asked his father how he could stand doing something so boring for so long without seeing any immediate results. The father smiled gently, stopped his hand for a moment, and shared a piece of wisdom that Alex would never forget. He said to Alex, "One single rub might seem like absolutely nothing, but 1,000 rubs will change the surface forever." Alex looked at the smooth leg of the chair and suddenly understood that the beauty was hidden beneath layers of consistent effort. That night, Alex lay awake, realizing he had been looking for a magic elevator when he should have been taking the stairs. He decided to conduct an experiment on his own life, starting the very next morning by waking up 1 hour earlier. He did not try to read the whole book in a day. He committed to reading exactly 2 pages, no more, no less. It seemed like a ridiculously small task, something so easy that it felt almost cheating, but he marked his calendar anyway. His friends noticed he was busy and invited him to waste time, but for the first time, Alex had a tiny mission. On the 3rd day, the excitement faded and the task felt mundane, yet he remembered the sandpaper and kept going. Some of his peers mocked his new habit, telling him that reading 2 pages a day would never make him a genius. The words of doubt stung him, but the image of the smooth chair leg kept him anchored to his simple daily plan. Weeks went by, and the chain of red crosses on his calendar grew longer, becoming a source of quiet pride for him. After 1 month, a miracle happened. Alex closed the back cover of the book, having finished his first volume entirely. He realized that 2 pages were not just paper and ink, they were the seeds of a new identity as a reader. Emboldened by this success, he applied the rule to his health, starting with just 5 minutes of jogging around the block. He also started saving a small amount of pocket money daily, a tiny sum that seemed insignificant to everyone else around him. One day, his curiosity led him to a local watch repair shop, where he became fascinated by the intricate mechanisms of time. He asked to learn the craft, and the master gave him the smallest, most frustrating gears to clean and polish for weeks. His hands shook, and he failed repeatedly, but he treated every mistake as just another rub of the sandpaper on the wood. He showed up every single day, practicing for just 20 minutes, slowly training his muscles and his mind to be steady. Seasons changed outside his window, and while his friends chased quick thrills, Alex was building a fortress of skills, brick by brick. When his old friends met him years later, they were shocked by his transformation, asking him what his secret magic trick was. Alex simply smiled, knowing that they would not understand that the magic was not a trick, but 1,000 boring steps. He had learned that consistency is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of turning the impossible into the inevitable. 12 years passed since that rainy afternoon, and the boy who felt invisible had grown into a man of substance and skill. Alex was now the owner of the most prestigious watch restoration workshop in the city, trusted by collectors from around the world. His mind was sharp from reading hundreds of books, and his discipline was forged steel from years of daily consistent practice. People called him lucky, they called him a natural talent, but Alex knew the truth behind every gear he fixed. He looked back at his younger self and realized that success was never about speed, it was always about direction and persistence. He understood that small steps are not actually small, they are the heavy bricks that build the tallest castles of achievement. Just like a seed, your efforts might be invisible for a long time, growing roots deep in the dark before showing results. But when the storm comes, the tree with deep roots stands firm, while the quick-growing weeds are washed away by the rain. Alex now teaches his apprentices not just how to fix watches, but how to fix their mindset towards patience and consistency. He tells them that success is not found in luck or shortcuts, but in the boring, quiet habits you keep daily. 1 page a day does not look like much, but it eventually transforms you into a person of knowledge and deep wisdom. 1 coin saved a day seems trivial, but over time it builds the financial freedom that everyone dreams of, but few achieve. 1 short run does not change your body instantly, but repeated daily, it turns you into an athlete with endurance and strength. The mirror that once reflected a sad, invisible boy now reflects a man who carved his own destiny with his own hands. If you are feeling behind in life, remember that you do not need to sprint. You only need to keep moving forward. Do not underestimate the power of the small step, for it is the only way any mountain has ever been climbed. The world is full of exhausted hares who gave up, but the tortoises who kept going are the ones who finish. Alex often sits with his father, thanking him for that simple lesson with the sandpaper that saved his life from mediocrity. They share a bond of understanding, knowing that the biggest things in life are always built from the smallest, simplest actions. Somewhere out there, you are fighting your own battle, feeling like your efforts are too small to make a difference today. But I urge you to take 1 more step, read 1 more page, and sand your own chair for 1 more minute. Remember that water is soft and rock is hard, yet with enough time and persistence, the water always cuts through the rock. You have the power to change your life, not by changing everything at once, but by changing 1 small thing today. Consistency is the key that unlocks the door to your potential, a door that force and speed can never hope to open. Imagine where you could be in 5 years if you just kept adding 1 small brick to your castle every day. The road is long and it may be lonely at times, but the destination is worth every single step you take. As we conclude Alex's story, ask yourself what small step you can take right now to start your own transformation journey. Do not wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Start messy, start small, but most importantly, just start today. If this story inspired you, please join our community at True Life Lessons for more stories that feed your soul. Thank you for watching, and remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. See you next time.